Hello, this is Photography Gamer, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Generation Zero for the PS4. The game is also available for the Xbox One and Microsoft Windows. Generation Zero is a first-person shooter developed by Avalanche Studios. The game takes place in Sweden in the year 1989, where hordes of killer robots have taken over the land. You play as a survivor and the adventure starts on an island where the locals have vanished. So you have to explore, loot and survive the Swedish wilderness and try to figure out what's going on. So what is the game like to play? Well, you start by creating your character from a variety of presets. Then you find yourself in an abandoned house and are free to explore your surroundings at your leisure. At the start it's quite challenging as you don't have any weapons or health items, and the first few encounters with the robots are genuinely tense. The more robots you kill, the more you level up, and you can specialise your skills in the menu. But aside from killing robots, you'll be exploring the vast and beautiful map, looting structures and cars, and just taking in the peaceful tranquility of the Swedish countryside. The island is beautiful to look at, but it is very sparse and it really reminded me of something, but at first I couldn't quite place it. Then it hit me, it really felt like a battle royale map. Incredibly vast but empty for the most part. So expect long walks in the forest, peaceful exploration in between robot fights, but exploration does get boring quite quickly. The robots, however, are the most impressive part of the game, with a wide variety ranging from small drones, dog-like hunters and some epic ones that are kitted out with heavy explosives. The weapons are pretty cool, and later on you'll get your hands on some special gear, but in the beginning it's handguns, hunting rifles and shotguns. You can also find new outfit pieces to wear, and the character customization is one of the most fun parts of the game. Honestly, there are some shocking outfits here, but it's kind of cool going back to the 80s. It's like a sort of surreal cheese fest of a fashion show with some robots. Finally, it is solo or online co-op. Now, I started in solo and I quite enjoyed that. It's very tense on your own and you'll be sneaking around looting and covertly taking down robots or just running for your life. Online, however, is a mixed experience. Firstly, if you join another player's game who's completed it, you can unlock all of the hideouts without actually having to play through it. Secondly, you can't turn off voice chat at all, which was really annoying, and most of the online matches were just chaotic nonsense with people all spread out through the map talking to themselves. So I'd recommend it as a solo experience over the co-op. Unless you have friends who own the game, then I think that would be more enjoyable, but with randoms, possibly not a good experience to go for. Graphically, it's a very nice game to explore with a beautiful island. The robots are well designed and the lighting effects are very good. The game also has a photo mode, but it's fairly limited. Saying that, you can create some bizarre and weird images using the outfits and the environment. You can also reuse it to record still videos because you can't actually pause the game. The music is very atmospheric and synth 80s inspired, and it's the standout on the audio front. The combat sound effects and robot sounds are good too, and overall the audio is probably the best and most consistent part of the game. Okay, what's good and what's bad? What's good? It's a tense and enjoyable game in the beginning, the game world looks great, the robots are cool and well designed, and the controls are well optimized. What's bad? After a while the experience starts to feel quite hollow. The lack of NPCs on the island make for a very lonely solo experience. Online co-op has a lot of technical issues, and the map, although pretty, feels like an empty battle royale map. So what's the verdict? Generation Zero has a nicely created map, good robot enemies and a simple game loop, but it feels like a half-finished game. The game world is as empty as any I've played. The lack of NPCs or anything else out there other than robots is very disappointing. And it just feels like a game that is unfinished or half-baked. It needed a lot more content and variety, as the game loop of exploration, looting and killing robots is fine for a few days, but quickly gets tiresome. Even online play doesn't help prolong the sense of the enjoyment. Don't get me wrong, it's not a terrible game. I quite enjoyed the first 10 hours playing solo, but once that got tiring, I dived into online and that really did nothing to improve the experience. So overall, it's a solid game that feels quite hollow once you scratch the surface. But if you like the idea of exploring the Swedish wilderness, riding a push bike, wearing terrible 80s clothing, looting and killing robots, then you just might enjoy it. But for everyone else, I would say this is only worth picking up from the bargain bucket. $10 I'd say is fine, anything more than that I would probably give it a miss. So my score for Generation 0 is 7 out of 10. Okay, that was the review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Thank you.